guys, Bulldog here, and today I'm going to be talking about how I travel to the Philippines, the companies and airlines I use. I'll also be telling you why I chose the Philippines, why I absolutely love the Philippines, and yeah, what turned me away from Europe. So why did I choose the Philippines? Well, a friend of mine actually said, why don't I try Southeast Asia? The reason for this was I spent all my vacation time visiting European countries, you know, Spain, Greece, etc., etc. And these are all great places to visit. But they're not cheap anymore. In fact, they're getting to the point where it's extortionate. So I did a quick check, and a flight to Spain, for instance, £259 return, and a hotel is around about £700 to £800, and that's not a great hotel. That's just a hotel, 3-star hotel, £700 or £800 for 14 nights. So why did I go to the Philippines? Okay, so I did a little research, and I found that the Filipinos mostly speak English. Nearly everybody speaks English, so there wouldn't be a language barrier straight away. That was the big pull for me at first. I always thought that Southeast Asia was expensive to fly to, and most of the time it is. Don't get me wrong, it is. You've got to be careful when you book your flights, but the hotel rooms, for instance, not so much, and I'll come to that in a little while. So why do I love the Philippines? Well, although the scenery is spectacular, it is great. You've got mountain regions, you've got white sandy beaches, you've palm trees. It's incredible. There's thousands of waterfalls. There's so much to talk about the Philippines as a place, as a country. It's an incredible place, but it wasn't the spectacular views, it wasn't the prices, even though it is a cheap country, but it wasn't the prices. My favourite thing, the thing I loved about the Philippines, was the people, and the reason it's the people was they're friendly. They're so friendly, and it's not like Turkey or Spain or Greece where they're friendly, but they're only friendly really because they want you to spend your money with them. It's not that sort of friendliness. They're genuinely friendly people. For instance, they're genuinely interested in you, interested in where you come from, interested in what you do. They're just so friendly. They're really friendly. The thing about Filipinos is they love to talk, they love to chat. They'll chat to anybody, any stranger they'll chat to. They love to laugh, they love jokes, they've got a wonderful sense of humour, and I mean, they'll share a beer with anybody. They will share a beer with anybody. And I've just never met such friendly, happy people. They're incredible. So I chose the Philippines as a starting point for Southeast Asia, with a plan to visit, you know, Thailand, Vietnam, etc., you know, Indonesia. That was my plan. So I bought a ticket thinking the Philippines is a great place to start, purely because they speak English. So I bought a ticket, and I'm going to be honest, I have never looked back. Love the place, absolutely phenomenal. So, how do I get to the Philippines? Well, first thing I always do is I book my flight first. Before the hotels, before anything else, I book my flight. And I use a company called Flightcatchers. Fantastic company. I booked through them, and they seem to be almost a sole agent for Shenzhen Airlines. And I always seem to use Shenzhen Airlines. So, okay, so Shenzhen Airlines is a budget airline, but the seats are comfortable. The entertainment system is quite cool. The staff are incredibly friendly, and the food's good. You know, you're on a flight for 11 hours. You get 2 meals, drinks. The staff are really good. The food's good. Now, the last time I went to Manila was November, and my return flight cost me £390. So it's £140 dearer than a trip to Spain, return. But for £390, that's pretty good, considering you're flying for the best part of 15 hours, really. And the reason I say 15 hours is because there is a stopover. With Shenzhen Airlines, you stop over at Shenzhen Airport in China, and you're there for roughly 6 hours before the flight to Manila. But don't panic, because by the time you've got off the plane from Heathrow, you've gone through Chinese customs at Shenzhen, you've freshened yourself up, you've had something to eat, you've got yourself a drink, you've very, very little time left before your flight to Manila. So don't worry, 6 hours is nothing. On the way back it's a little bit longer, it's about 8 hours, but even so, you can read a book, watch a video, it's fine. The airport in Shenzhen, I must admit, is very, very modern. The first time I went through Shenzhen, there was nothing there, very, very little there. The last time I went through, there's so much more there, and I can only assume that it's going to grow and grow and grow. So there's going to be more outlets for people to go and eat or drink or shop. So at the moment, there's a fair bit to do in Shenzhen, so a 6 hour wait is nothing. And then you get your flight to Manila. So we've sorted the flights out. And like I said, for £390, I'm not going to complain. Now, here's the big difference. Remember I said in Spain, 14 nights, you're looking at £700 to £800 for the hotel. Well, I went through Agoda with the Agoda app, and I usually book a 3 or 4 star hotel or a residence. To be honest, I usually go to somewhere called the Azure Residence, or the Azure Urban Residence, and I'll tell you what you get there. You get a very, very comfortable, almost mini apartment. It has a bedroom, a private bathroom, a balcony. It has a kitchen area, a little area where you can sit and just relax and watch TV. There's free Wi-Fi, and the total cost £25 a night. Work that out. For 14 nights, you're looking at, well, every 4 nights is £100. So for less than £400, I think it's less than 300 to be honest. You've got your holiday booking. I actually booked for 16 nights, and I'll tell you the reason I do this. Now, please check your arrival time before you book your hotel. Check your arrival time in Manila. Don't forget you cross the date line, the international date line. So what happens is, if you leave Heathrow on a Wednesday at say 9 o'clock, you're going to arrive in the Philippines at around 2 a.m. on Friday. So if you book your arrival date for the Friday, you're going to be stood waiting until check-in time at 11 or 12 o'clock at the hotel. That means you're going to be standing around for maybe 10 hours. What I do is I book the night before. So if I arrive at 1 a.m. at Manila, I will book that Thursday night, so that when I get to the hotel 2.5 hours later, I can book straight in, and it's cool. I'm done. That's one of my big tips, is to book the night, check your arrival time, and if it's not near lunchtime, or it's not after 12, between 12 and 10 p.m. at night, book the night before. It's 25 quid, and it's going to save you a lot of hassle and a lot of time. So that's the companies I use. I use Agoda, I use flight catchers, and I use Shenzhen Airlines. Now, I've got a quick tip. If you contact the place you're going to be staying at, maybe a week or so before you travel, and you explain to them you're going to arrive at 4 a.m. You're going to arrive at their hotel at 4 a.m. on the Friday, for instance. Some hotels, some residences will book you in early. There will be a fee of around 100 pesos per hour that you're early. Don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, if you're 10 hours late, it's going to cost you £8. 100 pesos is about 80 pence. So yeah, it's nothing. So it's going to cost you about £8 for 10 hours. Hey, you know, what can I say? So really, yeah, there's nothing really to worry about there. Oh, there is one thing I would like to tell you about when I am traveling to Heathrow. Now, I go via stagecoach, and there is a reason for this. Unless you live in the sort of London area, or you know, within a short drive to Heathrow where someone can drop you off, I would get the stagecoach every time. The reasons: I live in Liverpool, and it costs me, if I go by train from Liverpool to Heathrow, it costs about £120. The train arrives 1 hour and 10 minutes earlier than the bus. Why am I paying £85 extra for 1 hour and 10 minutes? The stagecoach fare is £35 return, and there's a little bit extra, which I always pay for if you want to alter the return time or date. Reason is, you don't know if it's going to be a flight delay on the way back, so I always pay for that option. It's only about an extra £5 or £6, so it's not a problem. So I go by stagecoach. The other problem is, of course, if you're driving. If you're going to drive down from Liverpool to Heathrow, it's going to cost you at least £50 in fuel to get there, at least £500 for the 17 days you're away, and at least £50 driving back. Total cost £600, which of course is an added expense onto your holiday. Hi guys, the battery ran out of my camera, just swapped the battery over. So as I was saying, it's fine. The bus trip to Heathrow is great. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Hey guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Every little helps. Please support the channel. I'll catch you next time. And next time we will be talking about how we get to other places in the Philippines. Places away from Manila, places like Cebu, like Batangas, like Davao, or even Bohol. There's 7,000 islands here in the Philippines. Hey, loads of places to explore. Loads of white sandy beaches, loads of mountain areas, thousands of waterfalls. So, catch us next time. Until then, guys, I'm out of here. So, see you then. Bulldog here.